Hi, Sandra. How are you?
Good. How you, Spencer?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks. It's great to meet you. I'm looking forward to this for sure.
Yeah, nice to meet
And
you.
I will get started here. Would you like to tell people a little bit about yourself to get started? Who is Sandra Saad?
I am an actress from LA, first generation American, and I'm also a musician. Yeah.
Awesome. There you go. What else is there to know? Well, a bunch because we're going to be talking about it,
Yeah,
but
we'll see. We'll
we'll
see.
see. All right. Just to start, what about Kamala stood out and appealed to you when you were trying for the part?
She seemed a lot like myself already. It seemed like I could really kind of like embrace my own behaviors with the script.
Hmm.
And it just kind of whatever came out of me seemed to be like, yeah, that's it. That's it. And then like whenever like I would just kind of be talking to our director, Sean, or to anyone, they'd be like, that's so Kamala. And I'm like, me. So I think that like just like her exuberance and her like just her fervor for life and for what she loves, like she loves what she loves a lot, like she loves the Avengers a lot, and she loves being the good guy and doing what's right. And I don't know, it's admirable. That's a lot to learn from.
Awesome. And how do you feel about the cultural impact of Kamala? She's such an important character to so many people. Was there a lot of pressure knowing that going into the role?
This voice is what we need. We need a different voice and a different perspective because we're kind of, might be used to the same perspective.
Yeah.
And yeah, I I don't know if I felt too much pressure because I was like, this is normal. It's normal to just be me, and it's normal for Kamala to just be herself. Like she's not like a token here or
Hmm.
like that. She just is who she is, and I think that's the beauty of this game is that you know like we can just embrace who she is for who she is, and embracing your differences is easy when it's normal.
Yeah, exactly. What was it like when you heard that you got the role?
I was like, no way. Uh, I didn't really know exactly what it was for until I booked it, and then I still didn't completely get it until I showed up, and I was like, okay. 'Cause, when you first audition, especially for like Marvel's a big deal, so they're not just gonna like tell everybody like what this is. So they changed the name of the character on the script, like they changed all buzzwords, like Mjolnir was something else, and like Tony was like Tom. So I had no idea what this was, and I just knew I wanted it because it was cool and it was fun, and like I didn't know if it was a web series or like a TV show or a game. I had no idea, but I was like, I want it. Like I've been auditioning for this like over and over. Like I want it, and like everyone seems to kind of like be like, oh yeah, like you're the right person for it. Like don't worry. So as soon as I did book it, I was like, no way! Finally, okay. So what is it? So what is this project?
Awesome. Yeah, I always hear stories about how secretive some of the projects are, and they'll be like, I wasn't sure who or what it was, but it was appealing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if it wasn't, I wouldn't come back. I'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
stay home.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So what was the experience of working on Avengers like?
Oh, where do we start? It was fun. I mean, like it was my first time doing a mocap game, so
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like I'd done other games before, and I come from like live action like film and TV background, so I did
Hmm.
like all my studying and like training and auditioning in film and TV and comedy, and this is a game. So like, I had done some other games that are just like ADR, right? So not on the mocap stage, and showing up my first time, like I'm the type to research stuff. So I researched, and in my research, most of the references I found for mocap were videos of Troy and Nolan.
Yeah.
And I showed up, I was like, oh, you guys are the ones in the videos that I studied. They're like, what? I'm like, oh yeah, you're successful mocap actors. That's very cool. I don't even know what this is. But wow, there's such an art to it all. Like it's so involved and getting all that stuff on you and still like acting like you don't have that stuff on you and you just gotta hug people all normal and like try not to get velcroed together. It's very cool. It's very fun and I learned a lot working with those guys and like Sean, our director, is like he's a genius. Like I think he's one of the most brilliant people I've ever met in my life and he loves what he does so much and I love what I do so much. So like that, you know, that kind of like excited energy to just like, you know, get the work done and show everyone like, you know, what this project is about and like what the story is about. Let's tell a great story. It's been fire, dude. It's been awesome.
What better way is there to describe it than it's been fire? Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, and one great thing about Kamala is she's a really great viewpoint for the player, as she's a huge fan of the Avengers, which probably anybody buying Avengers is. Were you a big fan of the characters before you started as well? So was it a huge moment for you too?
I didn't know too much about Miss Marvel, but like as soon as like I had heard of her and like I definitely like seen her before, so like I read into her real quick and like took to the comics quick. But it's, yeah, as far as the Avengers in general, dude, like yeah, I was a big fan. Like oh man, of course all the movies are amazing. Like I remember watching like the first Spider-Man in theaters, like when I was a kid, like with my being yelled at by strangers because we were screaming because we were excited. I'm the type of person, I am that person who went to see Endgame with my headphones on so that I wouldn't hear anyone talking about it in the lobby. Yes, a very intense Marvel fan, an Avengers fan for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And were there any particular lines that you got to deliver that were your favorites, or was it all really great?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was all really cool. The story itself is like magnificent. So I feel like I can't pick out any one. Even the moments where there weren't any lines, like that Slurpee moment, like
that one's great.
Yeah. So the writers are pretty awesome, and like the whole story is pretty rad.
Yeah. Wait, did you have any favorite mocap moments? Like was the Slurpee scene or any of those?
Slurpee scene was great because there were no lines and like everyone, like the first time we did it, everyone was laughing, so we had to like redo it, and then everyone was laughing, and then we had to redo it. So me and Troy are like, come on guys, be professional. We're not we're funny, we get it. That was a good one. I think one of my favorite mocap moments is the final scene with MODOK. And just like watching Usman Ali work is really awesome. Like you could tell like how sinister is that performance, and also Monica Rappaccini, Jolene Anderson, watching them kind of work has been really cool too. So yeah, it's all
awesome. Was there a big difference in mocapping for when you're in Biggened and when you're not, or was it easy to jump between those?
I always thought that her body moved slower when she embiggened. They're like, no, she doesn't move slower. Like, just be regular. So all that like imagination stuff, I was like, I'm just gonna do whatever I imagine. Let me know if I'm wrong. So no, apparently there is not much of a difference. It's all the devs.
Yeah, well, that makes it easier then.
Yeah.
Definitely great. And before we head out here, I do have a question that I like to ask anybody. Do you have any advice for aspiring actresses who might be hopeful to get this kind of experience themselves?
Yeah. Do whatever you can now to like perfect your craft and work really hard on it, and make sure you love it so much, that this is the one thing you've got to do. This is not, of course, like this isn't the easiest thing in the world to pursue. So if you're sure you love it so much, then work so hard to get the role that you want, and to make sure that you are accurately representing yourself as an actor. Like I turned down a lot of roles that I don't think accurately represent me or my people, or anything that I necessarily stand for. And I think as long as you're happy, that's what's important. So if you love it, work really, really, really hard, and make sure it makes you happy.
That's an awesome answer. I asked a long time ago a friend of mine about this line of work, and he said you have to have a fire in your stomach that just never goes out. So it sounds like that's pretty universal for this kind of position.
Yeah, if there is no fire, then do whatever it is that brings you fire.
Yeah.
If it's, I don't know, like honking horns outside of my house like this man, then
Awesome. Well, I think that's everything I have for you. Is there anything that you'd like to talk about or plug before we end the interview?
um, I have a album coming out with my band pretty soon.
Awesome.
Beginning of next year. My band is called Eye of the Sun. It's a 2-person band. And I'm developing an animated series with some friends called Momo's Amrika right now. And I think that's it for now.
You're pretty busy.
Oh yeah, I stay busy. I stay busy, Spencer.
Well, I mean, that's the best thing to do. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, do you want to plug? Do you have a Twitter or anything?
Yeah. My Twitter and my Instagram is Sandra Ramsey Saad. That's RAMZY And yeah, pretty easy to find.
Awesome. Then everybody can follow that, and I'll go jump on that now too.
Awesome. Thanks, Spencer.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you, and have a good rest of the day.
You as well. Bye.
Take care.